Hey. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Lips. It's your girl, Miss Mouthy. And if you're new to the Miss Mouthy podcast, this podcast is, well, welcome to season 3. Let me say that. And this podcast now is about the narrative and experiences of Black and Brown people and the allies that love and support us. And so you might be asking, hey, Martha, you normally say something a little different. Yeah, but this season, I think it's important to recognize I am learning a lot about Blackness um, and what that means for myself. So I'm on my own personal journey of getting back rooted to who I am as a Black woman. I think sometimes coming into this lens and work, and like I was so focused on the identity part of my transness that I have not highlighted majorly my Blackness the way I would want to in its entirety. So, um, let me kick it off by saying, um, welcome everybody. I missed y'all. I know I've been gone a week. Last week I was actually in California, actually going to a thing called T for T, which is Trainers for Trainers. And it was amazing to be in Oakland, California and really focus on the type of work that I want to now center now, which is Blackness and what that looks like in the movements of all of this thing. So I would say happy Black August to everyone. And if you never heard of Black August, because oftentimes I hadn't heard of it before um an amazing person had told me about it, which was Eli. He is like one of my new mentors. Like I'm noticing now that you can collect mentors in multiple stages in your life. Like it doesn't have to just be one particular person. Um you as you grow, I feel like it's important to recognize who instills in you, who pour into you. So that has been the biggest thing. So thank you, Eli, for believing in me as a leader and my platform and everything that I put out into the universe. So he has been teaching me a lot about the comms world, movement work. And so I'm just excited to like grow and just be his sponge and learn from him. But Black August is a month-long commemoration dedicated to the freedom fighters that lost in the struggle for Black liberation. And so it's important because if you think about any movements that was impacting Black people in its entirety, it had been in the month of August, whether it was mobilized or put into action. And so that's how Black August ended up coming about. And like one of the biggest components was, really highlighting that there was a young man back in the 1970s that ended up being a part of the Panther Party, George Jackson, because he was incarcerated and because he died, it kind of started the revolution of what happened when Black people started to mobilize against the mass incarceration um complex. So it's just like really realizing that Black and brown people are locked up for long amount of time for bullshit that like our systems can really like change and like disrupt. So y'all know I'm always talking about disrupting some shit. So that is the thing that made me really be like, damn, why didn't I know this? Right? Like I can know about all the things that has to do with LGBT rights, but I'm also Black and like none of us are alleviated from these injustices happening to us. We've seen it time and time again. And so it's just mindful that I like in my liberation, in my movement, in my work, that I start to like highlight these Black injustices that happen throughout our nation. So if you don't know, go and do your research about Black August, learn more about George Jackson and make yourself aware, because then it's a trickle effect, right? I give you this seed, you plant a seed, and so on and so forth, and you learn about all these amazing leaders and fighters that end up had an untold story. So for me, it's a way of highlighting my ancestors and really connecting in a way that like lets people know who listen to this. Yeah, we can talk about our identities and all those type of things, but I also think we have to pour it back into our own communities and realize that like racial injustice is still happening in today's society. But I was gone for a week and I had a great time at Tea for Tea. I was in Oakland and learning from other Black, trans, and queer people was something that I can never. I can never put words to. Like, I just feel like it instills something in me that's like a fire where I become reunited, well, reignited with the passions of wanting to move some things and change some things. So thankful. I've learned a lot from Miss Janetta and Miss Sharon. If y'all also don't know, go do your research on them. Like they're amazing women who have done a lot of the LGBT work in California. So it was just an honor to be amongst people like that. And yeah, this episode is called Caking. Well, I called this for several reasons, right? So my special guest gonna talk more about the event when they get here. But kicking it, I thought we don't kick it like we used to. Like I think in dating it has gotten so watered down or whatever that like I remember the word kick it. People don't even use it no more. People don't even talk about how to express like genuine intimacy or connections with a person. You hear I said intimacy and connection. I had nothing to say with fucking one night stands and being a jump off. You know, we didn't, the culture has changed. And so, like, maybe because I grew up in the 90s and I'm really big on everything that is, I had to type it in the Urban Dictionary, y'all. Okay. I had typed it in just to be like, okay, what's going to come up? But the biggest thing that it was saying during caking is talking to somebody a lot on the phone or spending a lot of time with them. Okay, do y'all do that? Cause like now I notice people be putting their phones on do not disturb. Okay, they be already they'll look at. We can't live without our devices. Okay, you can't live without your device, but the person you can know by their interest if they're interested in you or not because they will not return your call. They will not respond the way they would, or don't let a bitch, don't let a bitch see you posted 3 minutes ago, but I know I texted you 5 minutes ago. You had to move past my message in order for you to see the post or the app that you about to use to make whatever rant or rave or post you're gonna do. So, also cake got a lot of layers to it. And that's one thing that I wanted to kind of dive in. That with caking it is kind of like life in it. Like, I always say life is life in. And so sometimes I wanted to make the reference around how cake has a lot of different layers. And so, what layers are we bringing into spaces? What things are we unpacking? What things are we undoing in order to become our whole selves to get a whole cake? So, also, it's a multi, it's a multi-defined word. Cake. We live in this new society where everybody is loving ass. Like ass has become the biggest thing where it's just everywhere, whether it's guys ass, real ass, fake ass, going to get some ass. Like it's just a nuance. Like even when I was finding myself to watch P Valley, I was just like so infatuated with everybody's booties on the show. Um and I just kind of wanted to dive into what pressures that look like, not only for myself, but other people, and like give us all of those different things to think about. So, one thing I wanted to really highlight and address is that, like, the layers that I've been pulling back in my own cake is one, learning how to set healthy boundaries. Y'all hear me talk about this all the time. I struggle with saying no to people because I always felt like I had to be the person there for everybody. I really needed this break. This week away from recording, working, anything. I needed this break, especially with making a transition of my career, stepping away from research, stepping away from doing like direct work with trans communities here in Detroit and kind of like doing more of the mass incarceration work that happens over in California has really allowed me to look at things in a different perspective. So I had to set some boundaries with letting people know, like, no, I can't do this, or that's not the work that I'm yielding, but also being honest with myself, you know, like understanding that I was becoming a people pleaser. Like I wanted to please people in so many different facets and ways. And simply like, what was that doing for me? It was leaving me depleted. So y'all hear me, lips. If you ever at a point where you feeling depleted and you feeling tired of taking care of everybody else, you have little room for yourself, that is a great opportunity for you to set a boundary. Not only for yourself, because I even know the biggest challenge was work, right? We get into these habits of thinking that we're workaholics and we got to keep doing everything. And you don't. You don't got to be a bitch about it or just like, I ain't gonna motherfucker do that. But what you can do, you can actually tell a person, like, hey, you can tell your boss, hey, how can I prioritize what's important because I have all these things that I need to do. So if you can let me know what is utmost important, and it kind of shows them that, like, hey, you got a lot of shit going on, and it helps you to know where you need to put most of your energy to. So that was that, but also practicing peace. And I mean like practicing peace, like in a way that like you have to be okay with accepting things for what they are, accepting people for who they are, even if it does not make sense. Because we as human beings, I feel like always try and make sense of things and be like, oh, I'm gonna under the only way that I can accept it if I understand it. But sometimes there will be things in your life that you don't understand and you just have to make peace with. And making peace that anything that's out of your control, I don't think y'all get it. Anything that's out of your control cannot consume you. You cannot continue to keep allowing things that's out of your control to consume you. And I only say that because personally, y'all already know a bitch been going through a custody battle for 2.5 years, and it had consumed me like from day to night. And I had to make peace with what will be. I don't know what this judge gonna say. I don't know if this is, sometimes we don't think about that the people who have our lives in their hands actually need some shadow work. Okay. So I'm saying like when you get on that plane, you don't know if that pilot that went out the night before and got fucked up. You with your attorney, you don't know if they have biases that show up and like make them not want to put forth their best effort and self. Sometimes the caseload can seem so much that don't match the work. I feel like we've all had that. We've all had a job or a career where what we had to do and the tasks at hand and what they was asking of us did not match the money. Okay. Um, and so that is the thing, making peace with that. Whatever decision the judge was going to make had nothing to do with me. It had only things to do with what was presented and the time, manner in which he felt like it was in the best interest of the child. Thankfully, I still have my rights. So that makes me feel good. And so now we at the last end of things. And it makes me be at peace to know that whatever will be, will be. I have fought to the tooth and nail for 2.5 years to continue to do that. And y'all probably like, Mouthy, why you bring this up? Because y'all bitches, when I be out, y'all remind me a million times of who I used to be. Y'all reference that old my trans life video. We are not together. Okay. I'm saying we are not together. I am not. I'm at peace in a place where I have moved forward. I have made a new name for myself. If y'all don't know, I call myself Miss Mouthy. Okay. I am not his wife. We've never been married. And I just want to move forward in this stage in my life to be able to know that we did not work out. We have a beautiful 6-year-old together, and I wish him nothing but the best. Like, no, let me be. That's something else I had to work on. Stop wishing people the best who wish you the bad. I'm at peace with wishing him his present. Whatever his shit look like moving forward, that's something that he has to deal with, and it has nothing to do with me. Every decision that we make as human beings has a consequence. You make the right decision, 9 times out of 10, good gonna happen. You make a bad decision, 9 times out of 10, bad gonna happen. And what happens is when you fuck over a good person, a lot of karma a lot of karma happens to you, and there's nothing nobody can do it. So I'm not going to focus my energy wishing somebody well who don't wish me as well either. But I'm at peace with just saying I'm glad that you moved on. um So, in reference, there will be an event that actually comes out called the Drunken Cake Experience. And I'm really excited to be a part of this, where my guest is going to come on and he basically is going to teach everybody at the event how to make cakes and decorate it. Like, I've seen a few photos of the last cake decorating event and it was lit. I will say, shout out to my cousin CMC, Big CMC. Let me put some respect on your name. um, that her establishment has really been able to make a really chill, dope ass space. One, I had my 7 Days of Luck with Miss Mouthy event there, which was totally dope. I also went to a couple's paint sip night, which was dope. And I just love that she's creating events and spaces for people to get together and just have a good time. Oftentimes, we always say it's nothing to do in our city. We have to figure out how to do it or we don't feel safe. And then you have places like this and people don't support. So it's like y'all have to really start supporting y'all own to see more things or show up in spaces to tell people what it is that you want so that you can really get those. If we don't know what type of events or parties y'all want, hey Wayne, shout out to everybody that's tuning in, whether you on IG, on YouTube, on Facebook. I appreciate you all for showing up. But yes, y'all have to let us know what type of events y'all. I am really good. I am really good, and I say this humbly. I am in such a good place. Um, I struggled the week I came back from California because it's the reality of God showing you what your life can be and then bringing you back to your reality, which is also a humbling experience, right? Because you have to recognize the transition between where you've been and where you're going. And so for me now, I don't look at it as like, oh, it's so horrible to come back to Detroit. Um, what I recognize now is that I'm blessed in a way to be able to move from different spaces, right? I'm thankful to be able to gain new experiences and new people every opportunity that God sees. Like everywhere He places me, people are showing me love, people are supporting me, people are positive, and that's what I want to be about. I don't even think y'all can get into my shirt, but yeah, it's about positivity in this chapter of my life, um, because who I am now, this girl. If anybody known me, if you haven't met me this year, then you don't know me. I'm gonna tell you now. The people who met me this year probably got the best sense of who I am now than anybody. Hi, love. Anybody who don't that's known me prior to. Forget the old version of me. Throw her out in the trash. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm good. So my special guest is here. Go ahead and throw those headphones on for me. Oh, look, I'm fucking up the aesthetic. Okay, you give it a look. Okay. Okay, wonderful. And then you're gonna get right up on that mic for me. All right. So I was just kind of like letting the people know that I'm in a different stage in my life because yeah, when you grow, you just let go of a lot of things. But introduce well first, welcome.
Thank
Welcome.
you, thank you,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you. So I am Sir Trey,
Period.
aka Trey and Bake.
Okay, period.
It's always better to show up faster than late than not at all.
Could you
That's
just
what the
give it a
girls
look?
always told me.
You give it a look. Well, welcome. So a little bit about are you nervous? A little bit?
Just a little, but
Okay,
I'm
so
good.
this is season 3, and what I want to start doing one is incorporate. I'm big on energy, so I'm gonna give you some energy. You're gonna give me some energy, okay?
Got you.
So what I want to do is start developing my theme song, y'all. So it go a little something like Miss Matty, what's happening? Miss Matty, what's happening? Okay, and so
Okay,
you
I
gonna
feel
say
it.
that, and I'm gonna say a, okay, and that's how we gonna get it popping. And we gonna jump into this thing, okay?
I got you. I got
All
you.
right, let's go.
Miss Mafe,
It's-
Miss Mafe.
Hey,
Hey, Miss Mafe,
what's
Miss
happening?
Mafe.
Miss Matty, what's happening?
Hey, Miss Mafe, what's happening?
Hey,
Hey.
hey, hey. And that's what we gonna do. We gonna
Okay,
get it
okay,
popping.
okay.
Period.
I can vibe with it.
So KK, this is the title of the episode. Are you currently kicking?
Currently caking? No, I'm not currently
Okay.
caking.
Okay. When you hear that term, what normally comes up for you?
caking.
Hmm.
People out here being Betty Crocker baking cakes
Okay,
on the
okay,
phone,
okay.
caking.
Yes, yes. I had typed it into Urban Dictionary and they was telling me like it's talking on the phone to somebody for a long time or it's spending a lot of time with them. And I was like, damn, I don't even know if people really do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like what happened when people used to date or like people just knew who you was on the phone with or who you was talking to. Now it's just like,
People, okay, here's another thing. People, a lot of people don't like talking on the phone anymore.
mm-hmm,
It's always texting, texting,
Texas.
texting. See, I'm a talker. I
Mm-hmm.
love to talk. I hate texting.
Yeah.
I would set my phone down and forget it.
Yeah,
People all
period.
the time, oh, I text you. Oh, damn.
Call me, baby.
Okay.
Call me, period. Um, yeah.
But people don't. And I feel like,
How has the dating scene been? Like, if you could describe it now, how would you describe the dating scene?
scarce.
Mm,
Um, it's okay. It's all depending who you meet, where you meet them,
mm-hmm.
and you gotta vibe out with people. You gotta feel
Period.
people energies first. I feel like the dating scene, people are so quick to hop into relationships without getting to
Let's
know the
talk about it.
person. Like you really have to sit down and be that
Yes.
person friend first. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all might be better than friends than
In a
dating in a
relationship. Yeah.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all done wasted all this time. Like sister said, broken clocks.
Yes. Oh, yes. I think that's a habit that I've been seeing with a lot of people is that like they just want to jump straight into the relationship. You don't know. One thing now, I'm being really patient because it's a couple. I don't know what had happened from my homegirl exotic coming on the show and like to now, but I'm getting a lot of options. And what I don't want is just somebody who broken. So I'm trying to take the time to feel people out while I'm healing myself. That's so important that like if you're gonna jump into a relationship, make sure that you're doing that work. Make sure they doing that work. And I want to do couples therapy. Like I no, I want to do couples therapy.
You know something about that since you said a lot of people think, oh, I ain't going to therapy, couples therapy. Why do I need that? Why pay my list my problem? Sometimes that can help you think differently and help you understand what your partner is going through by having
Hmm.
a mediator. Or,
Period. Yes, and it's preventative. Like, why wait until the drama hits the fan? Why wait until y'all in a bad space? Like, get that shit out the way now so you can
mm,
already understand. And everybody in relationships, I think in the beginning, they put their best self forward.
they
You
do.
know,
They
it's like,
do.
oh, I don't want you to, I ain't gonna yell at you, or it's gonna be all good, good, good. And then when it's that honeymoon stage, it's over. Now you don't even like this person.
Yeah, and that's why it's always good to always be you, unapologetically you, no matter what, no matter who you are, the person you with. You got to be you, because guess what? At the end of the day, they're gonna find out who you are as a
Hmm.
person,
Hmm.
regardless.
Okay, so Mouthy moment. Shout outs to you. You are actually my cousin's best friend.
I
So,
am. Shout out to Big CMC,
period.
bestie.
Okay. So let me know, like, how did y'all meet? Like, how was that whole experience?
Oh my gosh, on how we met, it's so funny. So we went to Oak Park High School.
Okay.
So we had choir together.
Okay.
So in a mix of our warm
I couldn't
ups,
imagine her singing though. That's the crazy part.
we was playing all the time.
Okay.
So in the max our warm ups, we used to sing and talk
Hmm.
and just rap while everybody doing warm ups. We rapping to the beat
Okay.
and just
Period.
doing silly stuff. No, and that's how it really started. Like from that day, it was up. Like we became friends. Like we was close.
Yes.
To this day, that's my girl. I'll do anything for
I
her.
love y'all bond.
She's so inspirational. She inspired me every day.
Yes.
Like from I can see her grow from high school all the way to now. Like I
Yeah.
tell her all the time, I'm like, people look up to you. I'm
Yeah.
like, you are an inspirational
I
woman.
tell her that all the time. Like, for me to be her bigger cousin, I look at her like she my big cousin because she just so on her shit, and I just be like, oh yeah, like I'm about to be like you when I grow up. So, shout out to the people on Facebook. Um, somebody is saying, is that Slevin? Slevin is saying hello to you, Trey.
What's up, Seven?
Okay, and then Paris.
Oh, that's my auntie. What's up,
Hi,
TT?
Auntie. Okay, so boom, we gonna play a game. You want to play a game
I'm
with me?
down. What
Okay,
game are we
period.
playing?
So I normally do something like word association, but I want to time you because I was watching. What was I watching on YouTube? The Trayvon show, right? I'm obsessed with that show, and because you Trey like Trey Bake, I'm gonna give you 13 seconds because this is season 3 to give me, um, first I got to find my damn clock. To give me as many flavors of cake as you can. Okay?
Ooh, okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Ready, set, go.
Strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, real velvet, um, cookies and cream,
Okay.
banana pudding,
Okay.
um, strawberry shortcake.
Okay. Time. Okay. You did good. That was like seven.
It
You
was
did
seven.
really
Okay, okay,
good. You
okay.
did really good. So, what is your favorite flavor of cake?
My favorite flavor of cake, to be honest with you,
Hmm.
I'm not a big cake fan because guess what? Listen,
Really?
I taste cake on a daily basis.
Okay.
As I'm baking, I'm tasting. Okay, it tastes good. I'm making fillings. I'm not a sweet either, but if I had to pick any cake with fruit in it, I
Okay.
eat a strawberry shortcake any day.
Okay. Per. So I was talking about this reference of a cake. If a cake was a person, right? There's so many different layers that go into a cake,
Hmm.
and I wanted to be able to pull back. I shared with them a little earlier about pulling back my different layers that I had to overcome to become my whole self now. If you had to be a cake, what layers do you think you've had to pull back in order to be where you're at today?
I had to pull back. Um,
So, like challenges that you
cha-
overcome.
being more confident
Mm-hmm.
in what I do and who I am as a person.
Yes.
Because sometimes we doubt ourselves as a person, and we are our biggest critic.
Yes.
And that can affect us. Like mental health, it would affect your mental health. Because guess what? You have to talk positive about yourself. Because
Mental health is big.
because
Yeah.
the more you talk down about yourself, it's like you're gonna start gathering bad
Hmm.
habits, and people don't understand that. Like your tongue is a very powerful thing.
Yes, it is. It is. Everything. I'm big on speaking blessings and life
Mm,
into. I tell people all the time, speak life into your kids, speak life into your partner, speak life into your business because that's so important when you think about like the power of manifestation is so real. Like I'm so surprised that like where I'm at in my life, I'm here, but I can't say that I'm surprised because I've said it before. You get
mhm,
what I'm
mhm.
saying? Yeah.
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 So
So becoming comfortable with yourself, what was that process like? Like
a process,
I guess for anybody who might be listening and may be struggling with,
confidence.
yeah, what would you have for them?
Something that helped me with it was I look in the mirror every day and I say positive things,
Yeah.
and and I talk to myself. It's okay to talk to yourself and
I,
to speak it because guess
okay.
what? It makes you more comfortable with yourself, and it kind of makes you loosen up with a lot of things. And sometimes some people are afraid to look in the mirror
Oh,
at their own reflection because they scared who are they going to see in their reflection.
yeah, because you can't hide from that. Like who
No.
you really are. You know who you really are, okay? You can put on a mask, you can lie to people, you can act like you this and that.
Hmm.
But a wise bitch told me once you know thyself, you cannot be fucked with, okay?
Okay. And that's on what period.
Period. And I think people really have to stop. Don't get lost in the thought of what you see on social media, what you think other.
Oh
Don't
my God,
compare
that's the
yourself.
biggest thing people
Yeah.
do is compare themselves to social media, and that's one of the things why I got the tattoo I got on my neck. I am who I am.
Period.
I am an inspirational. I am a strong black man. I am a visionary. I am a go getter.
Yes.
I'm
I
is a
love that.
mentor.
And plus when I first met you, like you've always had really great energy. Y'all know I'm big on energy. If I don't
Yes. Oh
fuck
my
with you, I don't
God.
fuck with you. Like, period. But you always had good energy and I love how you show up for my cousin. Like y'all friendship is really authentic and like y'all motivate each other to keep supporting each other and get to y'all goals. So I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, I
Just
fuck with
like
that.
Ari and Tay.
Okay, period.
Okay. Because guess what? We both gonna come up.
Okay.
If my best friend need my help, I got you. I'm there. You feel
Yeah.
me? And vice versa. If I need her, she's gonna be there for me. You feel me? She done so much for me. I done so much for her.
Hmm.
It's like I love her, her family.
Yes.
I'm in love with her kids.
Yeah, I see that.
Anna, oh my God, that is
Anna
my.
is the sweetest.
She
Like
is.
you just got like she is a ball of love. Like you just so
She
yeah.
is.
So like I guess the process of coming to yourself, was there any resistance or did you get any backlash about like showing up in your own truth with who you are?
I did. So growing up, I used to be the weird kid.
Okay.
People, I was different.
That word just bothers me.
It's bothering you,
Yeah, but
but
it's
it's
okay.
okay. I
Yeah.
love weird people because guess what? You are you. You feel me? I don't want nobody perfect or that's trying to be perfect. Be
hmm
you. We are.
But you know what? I feel like people throw out the word weird when they want to belittle somebody with being uniquely themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, I'm not weird. I'm me. And that's what y'all gotta understand. Like, you're weird because you can't embrace other people being outside of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And that's exactly what it is. They are uncomfortable. We make them uncomfortable,
hmm
and that's one of the things I kind of struggle growing up with. People judging me for me being me, and then but look at me now.
Look at you,
I
fine,
find the grow up was real.
okay, successful, hard worker, like period.
So, but that was a challenge. I didn't have many friends,
Yeah,
just growing up, but that didn't stop me.
yeah,
You feel me? I kept pushing. It's a fire inside me, and I ask myself this question every year on my birthday. The flame does not die.
yeah,
Like I'm like, how do I keep going?
yeah.
Like, how am I keep pushing myself? Is it something inside me that's just it get bigger and bigger and bigger?
Yeah, I feel that too. Like, I don't, Mouthy has grown so much in these 2 years. And I'm like, how did I get here? But it's also like when you're walking in purpose, you have a purpose. Like when God has intentions about what your life is supposed to be, I'm telling you now, where I'm at in my life, if you get in the way of my purpose, bitch, you're going to get ran over.
Oh,
Okay? You're going to get
okay,
ran the fuck over because God has already
because this
ordained
is
this
my
for me.
path that
You,
I'm walking of success,
you feel me?
and that's another thing. Um, Negative comments.
hmm
People is always gonna talk down. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you're not gonna be successful.
hmm
And a lot of people get discouraged. When they get hear other people comments or
hmm
ask other people for opinions. To be honest, I don't care about other people's opinions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I want when I want, and I'm gonna walk my path that I am meant to be. I'm sorry,
No,
is
you're
meant to
fine.
walk.
Yeah,
Um,
I used to be like that. Like people comments used to get to me. Then I had to realize who care for me, who show up for me. Me,
That's it. You only
Pe-
person you got is you in this world.
per.
Cause ain't nobody else gonna motivate you like you gonna motivate you. Ain't nobody gonna wake you up and make you get the money like you are. So
Okay.
you gotta go get it.
Period. So how did you stumble up upon knowing that you was good at baking?
How I stumbled up. So my grandmother, she was a woman in the kitchen. When
Period.
I mean when I
Shout out to grandma.
right, R.I.P. Rest in
Oh.
peace. But when I mean I used to get 3 meals a day plus
hmm
snacks. Plus
You
snacks.
say, yep, a meal, yum yum, eat it up.
And her food used to be so good. She used to always bake me a cake.
Mm.
Even when I was gone, she knew I was coming up to Ohio to go visit her. She's like, "Oh, I made you a cake, baby."
Oh.
But she inspired me to start cooking more. And then once I got to Oak Park, I did this dual enrollment and I took a culinary class,
Nice.
and it was up from there.
Period.
And I took interest into the baking part, and I kid you not. I made my first cake. It was a Christmas Wonderland. It
Really?
was.
Okay.
It was. It was. I'm gonna post it on Facebook later today. Let everybody see it. It
Okay.
was my first ever cake I made, and I actually did a good job. Even though I seen the imperfections in it, but
You
I
were proud of you.
I was proud. A proud moment, and that set the line for me to move forward.
hmm
Like
I
it,
love
it,
that.
it it showed me like this is me. This what makes me happy. This is my happy place. And when I gave it to somebody, it made me so happy to see their face that they was happy to receive
hmm
the cake.
hmm
I'm all
hmm
about customer service. I love seeing people happy when I can, when I bake.
hmm
It's my happy place.
Okay, so tell the people about the event that's coming up.
The event, Drunken Cake.
Drunken Gates.
So it's an event where you come and I'll show you on how to decorate a cake.
hmm
All at the same time, we taking shots and twerking on a handstand.
Okay, y'all
All at
gotta know.
once.
Y'all gotta be there to be there. If you're not there, then where you at?
Yeah, but it's gonna be food there, drinks. It is BYOB,
hmm
BYOW. You guys can come have a good time. I'm having a promotion this weekend, the Miss
Okay,
Mouthy promotion, where the
period.
tickets are only $55.
Oh, up,
So
period.
please come and support and get your ticket because you're gonna miss out.
Yeah, cause me and my gang, we gonna be in the building. We come in. We come and
Oh
slide
yeah,
through. We drunken tequila. We want some cake.
it's gonna be lit, but it's gonna be a whole vibe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be music.
Because people don't understand. I love, like, I can't explain it. I love supporting black business. Like, it just makes me like relish in knowing that, like, if I can pour into people in their dreams, ambitions, their goals, their business, and it manifests to something great, right? Then that's good. Cause then when I call them up and say, "Hey, can you make me a cake?" You got me.
I
You know,
got you no matter
period.
what.
So it's like all these people want to wait and pay top dollar just to say they did it or such and such touch their face. When really you be having everything that you need in your own backyard.
Mm.
If y'all don't start
But
supporting your
listen,
own,
and that's the problem. We have to stick together and
hmm
stop working against each other. You know, from the black community, the gay
hmm
community, LGBT. Like we have to stick as a family. It's like
yes.
that's the biggest problem we run into. We always
But
want to
I'll never
compete
be seeing you on the scene though.
on the scene because I
Yeah,
don't be on the scene like that. I don't.
yeah, I don't anymore. Not as much as I did, but
I
because
be on
I'm
the
getting
road.
older.
I travel a lot though. I
Yeah. Okay.
travel.
Okay.
My last 3 years of my life been on the road. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I've been doing the travel nursing. I've been
Nice.
going to state. I had a ball. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I had a ball.
But we need that. We need somebody who can be able to like give care to other people
Mm,
from state to state. So I commend you for
yeah,
doing that.
I had a ball. But that was a great journey in my life.
Yeah.
But this next journey, train bake drinking cake, it's about to be lit.
It's about to be
And
lit.
I want everybody to experience this new chapter with me. And
Yeah, it's up from here. Like people don't recognize that it becomes up and stuck because you keep moving. Whatever it is that you want to do, I don't give a fuck what it is. Once you start to put momentum behind your dream, it manifests itself.
you just
It
gotta believe
evolves
in
itself.
yourself. You have to believe in yourself. If you
Yeah.
believe you can do it, you can do anything.
Period. So
That
with KK, right? We talking about the same.
hmm
We both from the same community. Um, have you ever seen or experienced a butch queen? You familiar with the word butch
yes.
queen? Okay. Can you explain butch queen for the people who may not known before?
So a butch queen is masculinity, femininity put together.
Hmm
Down from the nails to the
Oh, your
hair.
nails is cute. Look at you.
They
Okay,
will
purr.
per.
Okay, and then it's somebody who is attracted to men, a man
uh,
that's attracted to men, and so like he can blur the lines between gender of masculine and feminine energy. But my question to you: have you ever known or seen on the scene butch queen and a trans woman that was in a couple? Because I think there's been this new revelation where the girls is really a lot of my girls that I know too, they talk about it all the time. Like, I just love me a good butch queen. Have you ever?
really?
Yes,
No,
yes.
no, I haven't.
Okay,
I have not.
that's because they ain't talking about that shit. But yeah, it's there. It's there. It'd be funny, and I don't know.
But I wouldn't doubt it because why not? Love is love. Love who you love, baby.
Love is love, lust is love, and coins is coins. Okay,
Period.
and a lot of that, and I say that just in general, like with these relationships. The reason why I wanted to talk about KK is because in these relationships, be mindful of what you have to give to a person in order for them to give back to you.
hmm
Like, right? Sometimes we can, it's the delusion effect. You can think that you're with somebody and y'all here, or how one person see talking. Okay, give me your definition of talking. Like
Of
when you,
talking.
yeah, when you talking to somebody, what does that look like?
So if I say I'm talking to you and we kicking it, we exclusive.
Oh, see, where I think of like talking, we get to know each other, we hanging out a few times, but we not exclusive.
hmm
Like you can do what you want to do, and I'll do what I want to do. Now, when we exclusive, I feel like we in a relationship. Like it's understood that you mine, I'm yours, and that's it. But
Okay, I agree with that.
okay,
Exclusive meaning this the thing, and people do have different
yeah,
definitions.
yeah, yeah.
But if I'm talking to somebody and my time is very valuable,
Say that
it's
again.
so valuable because I hate wasting time. I wasted so much time. I just got a relationship,
Okay.
and
Have you been healing?
yes, I've been healing.
Okay.
I've been healing. I'm healed. I'm
Okay.
happy with
Okay.
myself. But it was mental abuse.
Oh,
People
I've
mental
been in that relationship
abuse
too.
you,
Mhm.
and they will make you go crazy.
Yeah.
Especially,
Yeah, because we think about abuse just only being physical,
no, it's not.
and we don't think about like how people manipulate, how they down talk
Mm,
you, how they gaslight you. All of that shit chips away a little bit at your self esteem and your self
it
worth.
does. It
Yeah,
does, and make you look different in the mirror at yourself.
yeah.
But back to the question.
Uh huh.
So when I'm talking to somebody, I want to get to know you. I don't want, I don't like people that have a lot going on.
No.
Can
Now, explain a lot going on because they be having a lot going on for you. They do.
they do. Listen. I don't want Pookie and Kevin over here. Oh yeah, you talked to him, girl. Oh yeah, I was just with him last night. I'm like, oh okay.
They and why do y'all do that? Shame on y'all because y'all will wait.
And it's messy. It's so
So messy,
messy.
boots.
Let me be happy.
But also, I think it's one of those things that they fear of. And I'm gonna be real. Once somebody fucks somebody, they feel this level of entitlement to them, and it's like you don't own this person because you slid in the bed with them. Like, no,
And I agree with you. People were like, are they off limits? Like I done met somebody. I was talking to them, and I told a friend about it. He was like, "Oh, you can't talk to him." I used to that used to be my boyfriend. We talked before in the past 5 years ago.
yeah,
5 years ago. Why does it matter?
yeah. And it'd be like that. I done had situations where girls want to keep having conversations about men in my past, and it's like, honey, that don't serve me no more.
No,
You
they the past for a reason.
you caught me if what me and him had, he caught me in a space where I either did not know my worth or I didn't know it was more out there. Because sometimes we can know our worth and not know that actually what we want is actually out there. Period.
Yeah,
But
time.
with
It's
talking to somebody, I don't give a fuck if you talked to them way back then. Cool. But I'm telling you, I'm here now.
okay.
Okay.
Now it's the present.
Per.
So I had a question for you, Miss
Yeah.
Mouthy.
Period. I'm
So
here
this
for
is
it.
your first episode of season 3.
Second. Boom.
A second episode.
Second. Second.
Okay, so
Mhm.
what are some things we should expect this year?
You know what? That is a good question. Thank you. One, I was saying how I really want to focus a lot more on blackness. Um, one thing I always talk about my identity, and I love to
Mm,
be inclusive of our community. But the reality is, like, a lot of people don't fuck with me of our community for whatever reason. I don't even care to dive in it no more. But what I recognize is that I was living in my own head of fear when it came to will straight people connect with me? Will it? But then I had to do events. And when you do events, like say you cater an event, you can't think about your audience of like how they experience you or what y'all go through. You just got to show up and get that bag. So once I started seeing people was like, oh, I'll come on your show. I want to fuck with you. But it was all black people or people of color. And then even people who wasn't of color wanted to support us, our allies. I was like, I need to open it up. So every season, it seems like more and more people from all around, from different backgrounds, want to incorporate. So that I do want to have Battle of the Sexes, where I have men and women come together of all different intersections, talk about issues, and like really put that shit on the table. Um, I want to highlight more entrepreneurs in our city, let people really know who they are. I do want to do more events, but I'm getting in my hosting bag. Like I don't know why my cousin she been saying that forever. Like,
yes, no, your event you threw,
oh, thank
your
you.
campaign, I loved it. It was a vibe. You did an
Oh,
amazing job. And as you being a host, you're a great host.
thank you.
You
Thank
should
you.
you should do more events. People probably even hire you to
Yeah.
host events, to
So
be
I'm like,
honest.
yeah, I'm like used to be nervous in that, but like life is all about progression. Like, so with this, the sky's the limit. This
Mm.
season, you don't know what to expect from me. One day I might just wake up and be like, this is what we're gonna do. But I do want to have more things. I want to have more audience participation. So I really want to have people come on and like ask me questions about whatever and like really let people know that it's okay for us to be different but build towards the same goal.
It is. And go back to you being nervous. So being uncomfortable is a great thing. And people
Hmm.
always think being uncomfortable is bad. No, when you're
Yeah,
uncomfortable, that's growth.
yeah.
That's elevation.
Hmm.
you have to step outside the box in order to move forward.
Yeah, and being uncomfortable creates change.
It
Like if
does.
y'all, because I done been in rooms and had difficult conversations, um, especially like when doing this type of work, like being a movement or an activist or anything in that nature, y'all not gonna always see eye to eye, but y'all have to be able to work together for the best benefit of like the whole collective. Now I'm here for it. I am here for the uncomfortability so I can grow. Because especially like one thing I really want people to understand is like the they and them pronouns. Everybody acts so oblivious or ignorant to like I can't say that or I can't do that. So I would love people to come on and really educate the public around why this is so important. You know, like I can only speak from she her experience. You can only speak from he him. Like, but we need those different narratives to come out and really like talk about it. But I
Yeah,
want to talk about everything. Like I don't want to shy away from shit this season. Like I really want to drag it all out, and so it might get a little messy.
messy.
Yeah, it's about to get a little messy,
Little
but
messy Mondays coming up.
yeah, messy Mondays with Mouthy.
Hey, that's good. You said that in there. Messy Mondays with Mafia.
Oh, but yes, what's in the works for you? Like, what's next? What's down the
what's
pipeline?
what's down the pipeline? So, some things I've been working on is my main focus is Drunken Cake right now.
Okay,
Drunken Cake is promoting it.
I love it.
I'm trying to go to other cities and do pop up shops.
Yes.
It's about to be a journey,
Okay.
but a journey I'm ready for. I'm
Period.
really ready. I'm scared. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm everything. I
I get
can't
it
wait. But I'm not gonna let none of that discourage me in
with
this
what you got
path.
going on. Yeah. Okay. So on here we like to do words of pearls of wisdom. Okay. So leave them with a mouthy pearl of wisdom. And so since this is cake in it, like we said, it has all its different layers. The cake being your foundation,
Hmm.
your filling being everything that fulfills you, and your frosting is the sweeter part of where life or the present um is. So leave them
Okay.
with that.
So, always stay true to yourself because living in a facade will get you nowhere.
Okay.
Nowhere, baby. You gotta stay true.
Okay.
So y'all, who y'all talking to, be real with them, be upfront, and always be you unapologetically. Because guess what? You are a king, a queen. You are it.
Okay.
Remember that.
Period. Okay. And so the feeling.
The feeling, and all in the middle of it is
Mhm.
speak positivity within yourself and to others too. Never
Oh,
wish no downfall to nobody. Because guess what? Energy goes around and comes around. You gotta be positive.
and the frosting, the
The
sweetness.
frost and the sweetness about it. Go out, have you a drink, and have you a good time with your girls tonight. Cause that's what it's Saturday night. Me and Miss Mafia about to have a shot.
Okay. Period.
We about to turn up.
Okay. So I would say y'all already know what it is. It is the time for my cake would be ground yourself in your spirituality, right? Like whatever it is, okay? I'm big for believer of God, so it's like I center myself with God. Actually, while I was on my trip, he was speaking to me loud as day, like with things that I couldn't ignore. So as soon as I came back home that Sunday, I was in church. I tried every excuse in the world not to go to church,
What
but
church you go to?
a Brightmore Christian church.
Brightmore.
It's in Novi, and so um, I had went to church. My feeling, fill yourself with people that love you for you. That is so important. Don't keep relishing yourself around people who jealous, envious, speak bad on your name. You can surround yourself with your tribe. It might get a little lonely, but what you will recognize is that God will place people in your life that's meant to love and support you and catch you and hold you accountable. Okay, because that's important. And the sweetness, ha, ha, the sweetness is the whole fucking cake. Be your own be your own everything. Be your own love. Be your own person that show up for yourself.
Per.
Okay, be your own advocate. And the sweetest part is like the things that's to come. You don't know what blessings God got along the way for you. So you just have to know that it gets better from this moment forth.
Cause guess what? You need rain for growth.
Okay, period. So, did you get them your Instagram yet?
So my Instagram
Okay,
is
period.
Trey and Bake underscore. You can go follow me. Um, my event Drunken Cake will be August 18th.
Come out and support
Come
y'all.
support. You can buy tickets at the door, but it will be $70 at the door. So
Okay,
I
period.
advise everybody know, purchase them now. Other than that, come out, have a good time. Miss Mafia.
Yeah, Miss Mafia.
Miss Mafia.
Okay, period.
Thank you for having me on the
Of course, of
show.
course. I love you so much. Like I'm proud of you. Keep going. Don't let nothing or anyone deter you from what you about to do. Y'all see it first, right? These drunken cakes. Now don't be mad when you see it all everywhere when it's just popular and everybody talking about drunken cakes. Cause we try to get y'all on there. Like
We try to get y'all
we
with it.
okay, period. But it's your girl for everybody. Follow me on Instagram at I am Miss Mouthy, YouTube and Facebook. Thank y'all for every week coming to pop your shit with your girl. I love you, lips. So even when you what don't see me, you hear me. Till next time. Bye.
Ow.